Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
Amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right. Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Let's do the news!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Mr. T was trending all night, and I thought the man passed away.
Oh, no. What happened?
Back in the day, there was a lot of people who sort of worked the gimmick, you know? Pee Wee Herman was one of those guys who worked the gimmick, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was Paul Rubens, but he was Pee Wee Herman. He'd show up on talk shows as Pee Wee Herman and everything else. There was a lot of guys that sort of worked the gimmick, and Mr. T was one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And give it to Mr. T. I don't know how old Mr. T is. Man is old, and he is still working the gimmick. So he
Is
got
he in his 80s now?
I think
Can
so.
you check on that?
He got his COVID
71.
shot. 71.
Okay.
Got his COVID shot.
Yeah.
Still camo pants.
Yeah.
Camo shirt.
Yeah.
Do-rag.
Gold chains?
Gold chain. One
Nice.
gold chain. One
One.
gold chain.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure his
the-
neck, right?
Yeah, hurts.
But he references, so he's talking about the booster shot, but Ray references his Skechers
What?
because he's old.
Hey everybody, this is Mr. T. I'm about to get my COVID vaccine booster shot. I'm in my Skechers. Yes, I do everything in Skechers. Yes, I get healthy in Skechers. You heard me. Get your vaccination booster.
Right? Still working the gimmick.
So hold on.
He's the best, man.
Was that
I love that
was that
guy.
a sell for
I don't know. I don't Skechers or
for
the booster.
Skechers or to get a shot?
Interesting question. Valid question. I don't know because they were brand new red Skechers.
Like, is that like a 2-for-1?
Yeah,
A 2-for-1 deal
it might
right there?
be, but it was
Like a 2-for-1 sponsored post?
Yes, it was camo tank top, camo pants, and bright red Skechers.
Come on,
Yeah,
T.
yeah, he's the best.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kris Jenner. So Kris Jenner's boyfriend Corey Gamble, who they've been together since like 2014, and he sort of stays out of the world for the most part.
He's still featured on the show, though.
Yeah, but
yes.
not like the other sort of
Right.
relationships that the other family members have. And I guess this clip was from the weekend where I don't know how this happened, but like Yellowstone wanted Corey Gamble, and then Kris Jenner put her foot down. Listen to this.
What?
Listen.
I'm so excited to watch the next episode of Yellowstone.
I can't wait.
If it wasn't for you, I would be a Yellowstone star.
I know. So they asked Corey.
They asked you to be on Yellowstone and you said no.
Correct. Because I told him to say no.
Why would you tell him to turn down Yellowstone?
Because I thought he was going to have a romantic relationship.
Okay. But if they said they wanted you to star and kiss with Kevin Costner, I'm sure you would take
Oh,
it.
that's a hard yes.
So she blocked him
Yes.
from being on Yellowstone because there was going to be some sort of like a romantic angle?
Yes.
But she would jump at the chance
Yes.
to get together with John Dutton
Yes.
if given the chance, even for an on-screen kiss.
That's exactly what she said.
The math ain't mathin', y'all.
No, it's not. And proud of it, too.
She run things, man.
Oh.
Everything.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Will Byers is 19 today. Noah Schnapp.
19?
19.
Oh, my God.
When did that show come out?
2016, I think.
It was at the first season of Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, I watched, I thought I was watching the original Final Destination last night. I wanted to put something campy on for rocks.
The one from 2000?
But I thought it was the original, but it was...
Starring Devon Sawa?
We watched the one from 2009, which I thought was the original.
Oh.
I didn't even know there was one. I never saw the original,
From 09?
I don't think, with... yeah, and the 09 one was crazy. It was the one that starts off at the racetrack. How does the one from 2000 start, more?
I haven't seen that in such a long time.
But then why do you? Aren't you?
Because I know Devon Sawa's in it.
But aren't you a giant fan though?
Of him.
Oh. Anyway, I thought I was watching because it was so campy and old, and I'm like, if this one was 9 years after the original,
what was in the original?
I don't know. I don't know what the premise was in the original. Is it the same thing?
High school student Alex Browning boards an airline flight, Boeing 747, with his classmates for their senior trip to Paris. Before takeoff, Alex has a premonition that the plane will face a mechanical failure, leading to a mid-air explosion.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, same old.
Starring Devon Sawa.
Love that. Yeah, so I'm going to go back and watch the original again. I really like that
Hey, by the way,
movie.
Roz, what day is today?
What do you mean? I don't know.
Roz, what day is today?
I don't know. Don't quiz me. I don't know.
Roz, really?
What?
Maria knows. Maria's been excited.
Wow.
Roz, what day is today?
I don't know. Just say it. It's
just the Lord's Day.
God. I hate when people do that. I
Okay.
say I don't know once.
Okay.
What day is it?
First of all, relax.
I'm very relaxed.
I ask you every year.
I got a lot of stuff I got to do. I can't do this right now, Maury.
It's Tuesday.
No.
No,
Even Shem, come on. It's October 3rd.
Okay. Thank you. Great.
no, you don't get the reference.
Wonderful. I don't know what you're... guys, if somebody doesn't friggin' say right now what goddamn day it is, I'm ending everything.
Triggered. Okay, it's Mean Girls Day. Okay?
Who cares?
I'm talking to Aaron more and more.
Great.
On October 3rd,
Cool.
he asked me what day it was.
Yeah.
It's October 3rd.
October 3rd.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. I love that movie.
That is so fetch.
I love that movie.
You gonna watch
So
it tonight?
good. Yeah, I probably will.
Are you wearing pink?
Okay, next. Come on.
So Matthew McConaughey, it has long been understood that McConaughey's first role was, he always tells his story that his first role was Dazed and Confused because he was just like a Texas kid, everything else, right? You know, I keep getting older, they keep staying the same age kind of thing, right? But Matthew McConaughey's first role was actually a guy who gets killed on Unsolved Mysteries. So they're doing a big Unsolved Mysteries special, and they go back and re-examine the Matthew McConaughey episode. So here, we'll play you the clip from the show. So he's a guy just out there mowing his lawn, okay? Okay. So here's the clip from the actual show.
Larry was the father of a 3-year-old girl.
My son Larry, he was home for a few days and he was cutting our lawn for us.
He's shooting Larry. It's not a camp gun. I see blood. He's shooting Larry. Larry! No! The police! Go! Go! The police! Go!
Okay.
Brilliant.
So that was McConaughey dying. Now,
Larry.
here's the full breakdown of the producers talking about the McConaughey episode.
Perhaps the most famous of those actors was Matthew McConaughey,
What, honey? Honey, look.
who played a murder victim in one of our stories.
And we all still laugh because the episode was shot in Texas before Matthew even moved to LA, and it was in the summer and it was hot. So the director told Matthew he could take his shirt off for the scene where the character was mowing the lawn.
Oh my God.
Now Matthew McConaughey is very famous for his shirtless scenes.
No! Tell him to give me the keys! Give him the keys. Tell him to
Give him the keys, Matthew.
And Matthew McConaughey had to do a fairly robust death scene. He was working in his garage, and he was shot by a man who pulled up with a shotgun.
Larry had been shot 4 times in the chest and once in the head with a .22 pistol.
Let's just say that his acting has come a long way since then.
How come McConaughey has never given us
I don't
that
know.
bit of information?
I don't know.
He's probably pissed that they're doing this documentary. And they're like, man, you got to bring this up now?
And quickly before we go, today's October 3rd. You know what that means?
No idea.
It's Mean Girls Day, Maura, you idiot.
I'm talking to Aaron more and more. On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
But you're a huge fan.
It's October 3rd.
Look, Maria's so excited.
It's Mean Girls Day.
I'm so excited.
Mean Girls Day.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen. You want to do something fun? You want to go to Taco Bell? I can't go to Taco Bell. I'm on an all-carb diet. God, Karen, you are so stupid. So that's just the rules, and you can't sit with us. Whatever. Those rules aren't real. They were real that day I wore a vest. Because that vest was disgusting. You can't sit with us! I can't go out. I'm sick.
Oh my God. I love your skirt. Where did you get it?
It was my mom's in the 80s.
Vintage.
so adorable.
Thanks.
That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
I love it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Cardi B on Hot Ones. It was only a matter of time before Cardi B made her way to Hot Ones. This is how it started.
Cardi B, welcome to the show.
Hey.
What's going through your head as you prepare to take on the gauntlet? Are you nervous at all? Are you naturally a hot sauce person?
I'm nervous because it's like I'm setting myself up to have diarrhea. So it's like I know what's gonna happen later on. But this is worth it though. It's worth it because I'm telling you, my fans been begging me to do this show for so long. I have to give it to them, and I'm so scared. Oh my gosh!
This is the most entertaining Hot Ones episode in a very long time.
Do you want to hear talk about recording PG versions of her songs or aliens?
Aliens.
Okay.
So I couldn't help but to notice that in your 73 Questions interview with Vogue, you said that you wish people would ask you about current events more. So it seems like not a week goes by that I don't see, a whistleblower testifying about alien extraterrestrial material or UFOs and government cover-ups. Where are you on that whole thing? Do you have any thoughts on aliens and the possibility that they visited Earth?
I don't believe the aliens are real. I really don't believe that aliens are real because it's okay, so if aliens are real,
yeah,
and they're smarter than us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's why they just haven't invaded us. So aliens, if they're smart, they know how humans are. Humans are despicable. They want to take over everything. They just want to have power over everything. And then people be like, but why would aliens will want to invade Earth? Earth is ghetto. They probably so advanced. They probably think that Earth is a small fry, and it's not about that.
Right.
It's the art of war.
Wow. Okay.
I'm following. That all makes sense to me.
So it's if they so smart, people think that they are, they would have been invading us just so they could just have us and not.
And not what, Cardi B?
I just know that they ain't real. I don't care.
That's the gospel right there, man.
She's so good.
I've only heard the uncensored version of Bongos one time and one time only. That song gave me a UTI, by the way.
Yo.
Cardi B on recording these sort of clean versions, or what she feels about the clean versions of her songs.
What's it like to record a clean for radio version of a Cardi song?
Annoying. So annoying. How upset. Because I just did it practically 2 weeks ago. And I was so over it because it's my new song, I'd be like, eat this like a plum.
Yeah.
So, I'm doing the clean version, and it's all right, baby, eat it up like a plum. And it's no, you still can't play that for pop radio, whatever. And I'm baby, eat these peaches and plums. And I was so over it. I'm trying to look up, I cannot say that. That sounds so corny. That sounds like a kid's bop, whatever but I have no choice. So, baby, eat these peaches and plums.
So she hates it.
I love her.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A retired Australian couple has spent almost 500 days on a cruise ship after booking 51 straight cruises because it's cheaper than a retirement home. Here's a little bit of Marty and Jess Anson.
It's a lifestyle. Where else can you go? You go for dinner, you go to a show, you go dancing. Through the day, you have all these activities, and I love the hula dancing and the ballroom dancing.
So this was the perfect answer, really. Go cruising, see the world, and meet these people, and make lifelong friends, and it's a wonderful life.
So right now they're aboard the 2,000-passenger Coral Princess, and they've been there for 450 days.
Wow.
They got another 8 months before they disembark. However, as soon as they do, they will be jumping on the Crown Princess, which is an even bigger ship, for another year.
I've read about couples who do this.
Yes.
Do you
Retired
unpack,
couples.
or do you leave, you have to
What do you
pack?
mean?
Because then once you disembark to go on the next one, you have to pack everything up again.
Maury, what do you mean? They've been there for over 2 years.
But what happens when they disembark? They got to pack all their stuff again?
Like, well, yeah, but they haven't had to pack in over 2 years.
Do they have laundry?
Yes.
Of
They got
course.
laundry, they got room service, they got all their meals. They said that they start each day with ping pong and a beer.
I want this lifestyle.
Yeah. I've read about couples who do this because they say it is cheaper than rent wherever it is that they live or paying a mortgage.
Yeah.
And you get adventure.
Yes. Yeah. And they book cruises that have ports where, because they're Australian, so they book cruises that have ports where they also have family members.
Yeah.
So on the days when they just dock, they just visit family and then get back on the boat.
Do your thing.
And off you go.
Yeah.
Right?
I ain't mad.
Like, why
I mean,
not?
I would never do it, but I ain't mad.
No.
I'm mad at
You're
you.
a cruise guy, Shem.
Oh my god, this is my dream. Are you
Is it
kidding
really,
me?
huh?
I would a cruise is so much fun.
Yeah.
500 days though?
Yeah.
I had the time of my life on a cruise ship.
So here's the thing, though, Shem. When you travel, though, when you're on those cruises, you travel like 400 family members.
We roll deep.
right?
Yeah, that's
Could
nuts.
you do like if the entire family?
Oh man, come on.
Was
No.
like we're taking over this ship for 2 years.
No. I said I would do the cruise.
Yeah.
Not my entire 70 family members that go.
Also, Maury, don't front. You and Matthew, one of you would be overboard in a week.
That's
if
why you do
guys
the
did this.
inside cabin that doesn't have a balcony.
Yup, there's an answer for everything, right? There's always an answer.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm reading this article on how the NFL is attempting to focus on football as Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift romance intensifies. So a source told CBS Sports in an interview that despite the drastic jump in viewership already, the Chiefs are trying to steer clear of appearing to exploit Kelce's romance with Taylor Swift. Does it seem like that at all?
No.
I don't get that sense. A source close to the organization tells the New York Post that the goal is to focus on the 53 football players as a whole and not just one.
Well, there is only just one. Travis Kelce.
Yes. So Taylor was there at the game again. Now, it was interesting because inside the stadium on the big Jumbotron, they have like their celebrity cam, right? Where they're like celebrities in attendance. And the celebrities they showed on that to the people in the stadium was Jeremy Strong, the eldest boy from Succession.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Right? Aaron Rodgers and Paul Rudd.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
Ant-Man?
nobody from Taylor's box.
But she had like.
They didn't. Okay, so
Who was there?
Okay, so in Taylor's box, she had Sophie Turner was there again.
Yeah.
Blake Lively was there again.
Her best friend.
Ryan Reynolds was there. Newly single Hugh Jackman was there.
Yo.
Anthony from Queer Eye was there. There was a lot of people there, but they didn't show that box.
And they're showing eldest boy and Ant-Man?
Yes, right? And meanwhile, everybody knows that everybody knows that Taylor's there. And those jean shorts she was wearing, by the way, that look homemade,
Yeah.
right? They're like $595 jean shorts with the bedazzled
I thought you were
sort
going to
of-
say like $23 at Forever 21.
No. They're very expensive. But tell me if this seems like the NFL is trying to separate themselves from the Taylor-Travis Kelce romance. So they had to build a promo of Kansas City playing the New York Jets.
Yeah.
This is the promo they used.
Okay.
Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. The lights are so bright, but they never blind me.
It's a real distance.
We're focusing on football.
Yeah, let's focus on football.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay.
That's great. That box did look like fun, though. I would have partied in there.
Now, do you think
For
they have
real.
premium food? I know you'd probably want premium drinks, but premium food, or are they giving them, like sliders and shrimp cocktail and chicken fingers and fries.
I think so. It's hard to say. I don't know what goes on in like a Jets, box kind of thing, right? Like,
Or they do
I don't know because
freshly sliced roast beef sandwiches.
Maybe like a pulled pork kind of thing.
Yeah, but usually the kitchens have contracts that they can't break. Like you have to have the same box food as everybody else has.
Yeah. I don't know though. But I think with Taylor, it's like maybe they'd make her. If Taylor was like, I'm gluten free or like I don't know what all that stuff is, right? But like I'm gluten intolerant or whatever.
Then
like,
have the veggie sticks.
That's not a substitute, man. When somebody says that
Can't just
they're
eat carrots.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, like, that's not.
They're not rabbits. You don't just feed them vegetables.
Yeah. There was a burger place in there was a burger place in New York where they offered a veggie burger, and it was literally the bun.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Here. Eat that, you piece of trash.
They're like, this is the veggie burger.
Welcome to New York. Now get out.
Yeah. That box looked fun though, man.
Yeah.
Right? Looked
Anthony did
real.
not look like he was having a good time.
You don't think so?
No, like he didn't crack a smile. He looked like he was really uncomfortable.
I would feel so much anxiety trying to sort of like fake that I was having a good time just because that there's cameras up there. Like there's just cameras focused on you. Like for the entire thing. Like I would be standing alone with just like a big smile on my face because you don't want to seem like you're a drag. Like Anthony, I'm with you.
He did not look fun.
No, he seemed like he was a drag, and I'm sure he had a great time, and people had fun hanging out with him. But he looked like a drag. Like he looked like somebody else should have got that spot who was going to have fun.
I think he was just overthinking it. I think he didn't know how to act.
Maybe he was nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I feel like any room that Ryan Reynolds is in is a fun room because he's just so fun.
He is.
Wow. I don't know.
What?
Ryan Reynolds.
I have no. I've
He's
no problem.
amazing.
I have no problem with
He
Ryan
was
Reynolds.
when I met him, he was
I've
so
no-
nice to me.
Don't worry, guys.
I've no.
We're gonna talk about it in our separate Roz group chat.
In our group chat. He's so nice.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Taylor Swift effect, we all know this when it comes to anything Taylor touches just turns to gold and beyond. So some of the big stories from the NFL that we know, they had 24.32 million people watching that Chiefs game on the weekend, which was the most of the weekend. But once the rumors hit that Taylor was going to be at the Chiefs game on Sunday, according to a StubHub representative, that the Jets have sold more tickets to that game against the Chiefs in a single day since the season started.
Oh my God.
And the tickets prices on StubHub doubled from the week before. Doubled from the week before. We were talking about this yesterday with the trend on TikTok is for women to go to their football crazy boyfriends and husbands and tell them how great it is that Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the map, and then their husbands freak out. So here's a couple examples of that. Just play any one of them that you have there.
Okay, how do you feel about Taylor Swift putting Travis Kelce on the map?
God.
Sorry, what's his name?
Travis Kelce. What do you
Putting
think?
him on the map? Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
Putting the NFL star on a map?
I've never heard of him.
Oh my God.
Clearly. What do I think about Taylor Swift? I feel bad for the guy, you know?
Oh, wow, why?
Why her?
Dumb.
What?
That's how you feel about it?
I don't feel anything about it.
Dom. Come on, Dom.
Isn't it crazy that, like, Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the map?
Hey, Travis Kelce is a Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer.
Like, before Taylor Swift, I feel like no one knew who he was.
In your world, like, what? Oh, man, I'm just going to ignore that you said that.
Hold on. One more.
Trevor Kelly and make him like a star. Like, he literally got more playing time because he's dating Taylor Swift.
Oh my God.
Not even close to being accurate.
No, that's what they're saying. It's called the Taylor Swift effect. Trevor Kelly.
Travis Kelce
is
already the best tight end in NFL history. How did she make him better?
Well, they said because she's like a superstar, that the coach is like giving him more playing time, and now like the team's doing really well.
Oh, the defending Super Bowl champions are doing well?
Yeah.
You watch this?
no. Torturing husbands and boyfriends. Just torturing.
Oh, my God. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The NFL, so the constant coverage of Taylor Swift has led to the sort of backlash of how the NFL has handled the whole thing, which does not help with any of the conspiracies that fans have towards the NFL.
No. Really?
So during the game coverage on Sunday with the Chiefs and the Jets, during the broadcast, they showed Taylor Swift 17 times.
Well, yeah.
17 times they showed Taylor Swift. And what wound up happening was it was a controversial end to the game. There were two calls that Jets fans were not happy about because it made it seem like their conspiracy of, the NFL and the refs are all in collusion to wanting specific teams to do well and everything else. And what didn't help with that is the NFL's Instagram profile.
Yeah.
They changed their bio to Chiefs are 2-0 as Swifties.
Oh.
So the NFL changed their bio to the Chiefs are 2-0 as Swifties, which is just not a good look. Right?
Hardcore fans must be livid.
This could all ruin their relationship.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think they're both used to the spotlight. This is probably the perfect guy that she could. This is like when J-Lo was with A-Rod. You know what I mean? Like, you need a guy like that.
It's
like,
just too much, though.
Like, nothing was going to phase A-Rod, right? Like, he wasn't phased by any of this. I don't think Travis Kelce's phased by any of this. 27 million people watched the Chiefs game on Sunday. 27 million people. That's a 22% lift from the week 4 of, so last week, which was 22.2 million. It is the highest rated Sunday game since the Super Bowl.
Oh, you're welcome, NFL.
Viewership among teen girls 12 to 17 spiked 53%.
Wow. Yeah. And they got to see Taylor Swift 17 times.
Women aged 18 to 24 was up 24%, and women 35 plus was up 34%, which is crazy numbers. Did you see that picture of that couple that dressed up like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift in 2020?
I don't think that's real. Is it real?
It's
There's no
real.
way. No.
It was real. It
No.
was real. Yes.
For real?
They were a couple, right? And they went to a Halloween party dressed as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in 2020. So here's the woman. Here's the I think her name is Michaela Stevens. Listen to this.
So my husband and I are going to this party. We start looking through our closet to see what we can scrounge up to go to this Halloween party. But he's like, hey, I'll just wear my Travis Kelce jersey. So I was like, I'll be Taylor Swift. This was 2020. And my caption was, I don't know a world in which Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce would be in the same room together, but apparently in this one, they're married.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 2020.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? And I mean, huge football fan, huge Taylor Swift fan. Why not? I know it doesn't seem,
I know.
It's not like she hooked up with, I don't know.
The Illuminati working overtime.
Yeah.
Make that happen.
Yeah. It's crazy though, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Travis Kelce was on his podcast with his brother. What do they call that? It's called The New Heights is what it's called.
Bro,
Jason
should you be
Kelce
practicing?
and
I know you got the
Travis
W's
Kelce.
already, but still.
I know. They just sit around and hang out. Listen, he's great. He doesn't have to do anything.
Hall of Famer right there.
About whether or not the NFL is overdoing it with this whole Taylor Swift coverage.
Is the NFL overdoing it? What is your honest opinion?
I think everybody's just overwhelmed
your feelings
with
for Taylor. What is your honest opinion on how the NFL is treating celebrities at games?
I think it's fun when they show who all is at the game. I think it brings a little bit more to the atmosphere, brings a little bit more to what you're watching. But at the same time, I think
they're overdoing it.
They're overdoing it a little bit for sure, especially my situation.
Right.
I think they're just trying to have fun with it, and a lot of the people watching. Go ahead, let's hear it.
You show them once, let them know they're there. Maybe after a touchdown, you get a little clip, but you can't be overboard with it. People are there to watch the game, right?
Yeah, they're not there to get thrown on TV. I'll tell you what, though, it is because you never know. You get caught, just throwing a big old cheeseburger in, and you look like an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that you just don't want to be on TV at all time. Well,
it was a lot.
This is a new thing for Taylor Swift because she's so closed off in private, and like her boyfriends, I didn't even think that they had voices. The last couple of guys, and dating Travis Kelce's like got a podcast every week.
It's a whole
He's
new
like,
world.
Yeah.
I was just looking on the NFL Instagram.
By the way, they showed Taylor Swift 17 times during that game on Sunday.
People I think it's settled down so far.
Yeah.
It's settled down with the Taylor mentions and the Taylor ats and even fans commenting. They're just like back to just being about football.
Yeah.
You guys think she shows up to another game this season?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about the next one though. Yeah. I think she's gonna skip a few games, but she will be there again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like it's something you can keep a secret either.
Do you think the relationship is going to last till the end of the season?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm telling you, this reminds me of J-Lo and A-Rod, where she just went through all these guys, and then she found a man, and A-Rod could handle the pressure, right? A-Rod was great at the pressure because none of it bothered him.
Yeah.
Right? He knew what it was like. He knew that life. He could handle it. What are you going to do to A-Rod? The same thing with Travis Kelce. I think Taylor Swift needs somebody like Travis Kelce.
But
right?
In the
gonna bully
A-Rod,
you think
J-Lo situation, they weren't making as big of a deal when J-Lo would be in the stands. Yeah, sure, they made
no, but I just
would
mean,
show.
I mean, they're
Major League Baseball didn't overdo it.
Oh no, I'm not talking about baseball or football. I'm just talking about the man.
Okay.
Whether or not it's going to last until the end of the season. I think that I don't know him personally, but to me,
Wait, did J-Lo and A-Rod date when he was still in the league?
No.
It was after, right?
Yeah,
After he had retired by then.
Yeah.
But they would make appearances at games and stuff.
Yeah, but she needs a guy like that, I think.
You know the person I feel the worst for in all this?
Who's that?
Is Usher.
Why?
Because we no longer talk about him being the Super Bowl halftime show, and I wonder if the NFL now say to themselves, man, we missed opportunity.
I'm sure they tried. They've been trying to get Taylor.
Taylor Swift is not going to do the Super Bowl halftime show during a tour, and she's not going to do it until it's in Nashville.
Yeah,
no,
that's just it, right?
Fair.
There's
who's loving all of this?
Who's that?
Travis's mom.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
right.
They've been sitting together.
Oh, loving it.
Taylor, you're my best friend.
Right? Just all of a sudden.
I don't even know if that's what she sounds like.
And
I just assume every football mom sounds like Blindside's mom.
Yeah. Tyler.
Michael. Tyler, meet my other son, Michael.
Right, just explaining football to her the whole time, right? Yeah. Oh, baby, don't do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just
because you're a tight end doesn't mean you have to act like a tight end.
Yeah.
Tyler, stop looking at my son's tight end.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Give you some
Here's what he eats.
Yeah.
Right? She's one of those moms, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, Sundays, here's what he eats.
4 eggs scrambled, little bit of red pepper.
Totally.
Mashed potatoes.
Totally. After
tenderloin steak.
Yeah.
With a side of pasta.
Yeah. When he plays Thursdays off and Fridays, his bottom's sore. So you make mind of that.
He does enjoy a nice peach cobbler. Sometimes a key lime pie. You paying attention, honey?
That boy never seen a washing machine, nor should he.
Dry clean only.
No, you're the dry clean only.
Taylor, honey, you listening?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You want to hear Ed Sheeran tell a story about how he got blind high with Snoop?
Yeah.
Listen to this.
I've had, a fun one actually. I was in Melbourne recently, and I was with my wife and my mother-in-law, and Snoop Dogg was playing.
Oh my God.
I was like, we gotta go. I guess he plays in England, but it's never like when I have a night off or whatever. So we went. I remember him meeting my mother-in-law and being like, "What's up, Queen?" And I was like, "Yes, that's the best." But I went with I've sort of got quite close friends with Russell Crowe over the years, and he's really close with Snoop Dogg. They have sort of like smoke-offs and stuff.
I love these connections
No,
that you'd
but they're
never
like-
imagine.
They're like really.
Oh, Dame Judi Dench and Snoop Dogg.
They're really cool, but so I was, and I don't really smoke at all. And I was in the dressing room, and they're just blunt for blunt for blunt for blunt. And I'm like, I guess at some point during the night, I have to just to be like, I smoke with Snoop Dogg. And so I kind of was having this conversation with him, and I was like, this is good, like a good memory. Like I have a conversation, I'm drinking my wine and blah blah blah. And he's like, do you want some? And I was like, okay, now's the time. I'm like, I've had a good amount of conversation, so I have a bit, and I'm like, I don't feel too bad. Like, this is good. And then I have a bit more. Then I have a bit more. Then I have a bit more. Oh my God. I just remember looking at him being like, I can't see right now. I've got to...
Can you imagine what kind of weed you have to smoke with Snoop Dogg to the point where you cannot see?
That must be some hard stuff.
I would be
potent.
I would be passed out on his floor with like my head on his boot and just throwing up everywhere. I would be such a mess. I would not get invited back.
Anywhere.
No, and his guys would be like filming me and stuff like this.
Oh, you'd end up on World Star in like 6 seconds.
Oh God, no!
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way. And I really think Snoop and I would get along. I really do.
Mhm.
You know.
Until that.
Yeah, but I couldn't. We couldn't be friends.
No, you know what though? You would never get invited to absolutely anything ever.
No, which is what I strive for in life. Like that's the goal. Hit me up, Snoop.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Blue Jays advance to the postseason. Hello, October.
Yeah.
Hello.
There's still work to be done, guys. My baseball group chat was going nuts yesterday.
Stop it. They're going to face Minnesota. So here's a little bit of the celebration in the Jays clubhouse yesterday.
That's, John Schneider talking.
John Schneider,
Hazel May.
congratulations. It's been
Over
an
at
up
Sportsnet.
and down year. What does it say about this group that you guys find yourself in a wild card series?
Unbelievable perseverance. These guys are pros. They've been through this before. I mean, just to survive as long as they did.
It's like a nightclub in there.
Well, right now, but the way they've kind of come together lately, it's just perseverance. They're awesome.
Perseverance.
You know how I feel about that. I can't stand the celebrating.
Can I? So that's why the group chat was going crazy yesterday. I am so not down.
No.
First of all, you lose the game. There should be no celebration.
No.
You have a new series
You
that
haven't won
starts
anything.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why the celebration like you won the World Series?
Teamwork.
No,
Because
no,
you
no.
got to get excited for that. I'm all for
no,
that.
no. As a hockey fan, I find that disgusting. I find it and you know what? Just as disgusting. They celebrate like this after a round victory in the playoffs. Like you win round one, and they got the champagne and everything else. No,
It's called motivation.
You haven't won anything.
No, I think, my opinion, when you lose a game,
yes,
at home,
yes,
and you're only going into a wild card series,
yes,
okay, this isn't round one.
No,
this is wild card, and you're celebrating that you won the series.
No. All three games, by the way, are in Minnesota.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They're not back home until October 10th.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, no, that's if they make it.
Yeah.
No, they won't.
But celebrating like that? Come on,
no, it's a
Jays. Shame
joke.
on you.
It's a joke.
Shame on you.
Yeah, with the goggles and the champagne and the everything else.
Listen to us. Sportsnet, Sportsnet, if you need some more analysts over there.
I'm good with that.
Roz and Mocha.
man. I
Happy
look
to
good.
oblige.
I look good in those pants. Dammit Morey was talking to fans outside of the Rogers Center after their huge. They lost though, right?
Yeah, but we won.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. Anyway.
Hey boys, congrats on making the postseason. We can't wait. Woo! It's pretty awesome to see them make it 3 years out of 4. You know, like growing up, we never had this, so it's pretty awesome to see this group of guys kind of come together and do that. And yeah, no, go Jays.
I just want to congratulate the Blue Jays for all the times they've been through and the pressure they're going through. And it's been a tough few games.
And what else?
And we did it. And we're on our way. And it's a postseason.
And
we're going to do it.
And
we're going to win it.
And
go Blue Jays.
All right, congratulations, Toronto Blue Jays, on making it into the playoffs. Congratulations again, and I hope you guys do good in that wild card playoff.
Congratulations, guys. You made it to the postseason. Fabulous home runs. Love you guys. You will keep going. Just keep going.
Congratulations to the Blue Jays for making it to the postseason. You got this. Woo!
All right, go Jays, go. We're making it to the postseason. Let's go. Don't overthink it.
Take your time, play
Thanks,
well,
Coach.
and let's bring a championship home, boys. Let's go.
Congratulations, Blue Jays. You made it to the postseason. Go in and don't give up.
Oh, that poor kid.
That guy's saying we never had this growing up. When was he born?
Like 10 years ago, maybe?
Like the
20 years
even
ago?
the Jose Bautista era. They were in the playoffs.
Did you hear him, though? That guy was wasted.
Wasted. Yeah, you're right.
And we're going to do it. And we're going to win it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lady Gaga, we heard earlier that she was going to be one of the guests on the new Rolling Stones album, which drops October 20th. And so this is a song, a little bit of a track called Sweet Sounds of Heaven. Also, I think Stevie Wonder plays on this track too. But like Gaga is wailing.
And we all feel the heat of that fire. Yeah, let us sing, let us shout, let us all stand up proud. Let the old still believe.
Sounds great.
That they are.
Wow. We were listening to this on repeat at our house.
Sounds great. It's a 7-minute song, apparently.
No.
Yeah.
You get Gaga screaming like this?
Yeah, I'm down with this. I'd listen to that song.
I don't mind Gaga. So I'm
Gaga
good.
sounds great.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, I'll tell you, the balls on some people. This story
What?
is so crazy. So remember Lady Gaga when her dog walker, Ryan Fisher, was shot?
Yes.
And those guys stole her dogs, and then he was doing all those videos, and then everybody was like, she's not paying his medical bills and everything else. So she offered up when the reward was, when the dogs were still missing, the $500,000 reward. And a judge has now just thrown out the reward claim from Jennifer McBride, who was the one that made the call to say, hey, I have the dogs. And the balls on people, like, I don't even know how it escalates to this point, because it turned out, as we know, that Jennifer McBride, who wanted the reward, is the girlfriend of the dad of one of the guys that stole the dogs. Right? So they stole the dogs.
Yeah.
Went home.
Yo, Dad, check this out.
Yo, gave the dad's girlfriend the dogs. She made the call being like, yo, where's my $500,000? And not only that, she asked the judge in court filings to triple the reward to $1.5 million. For what? Because she says that Gaga's reward offer was misleading, because Gaga's offer was no strings attached, right? Whoever gets my dogs home, no strings attached, $500,000. So she's saying, if you say no strings attached, that's no strings attached. What there is now is a string. Okay. So she
That's
wanted
1.5.
She wanted 1.5. How do you do that? How do you do that?
No strings attached.
No strings attached. The balls on people, man, I swear.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All the late night shows returned last night. We'll get through a couple of the monologues here. I don't know where you want to start. It was Colbert, Kimmel, and Fallon.
All right, let's go with Fallon.
Sure.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to The Tonight Show. Right. 5 months off, and we are back. I am so excited to be here. I am so excited. Seriously, I'm more excited than a guy seeing Beetlejuice with Lauren Boebert.
Oh, damn. Did he talk about Maury, the Rolling Stone article about how he's awful?
No, that did not come up.
It didn't come up, huh? Interesting. Here's a little bit of Jimmy Kimmel.
In case you've forgotten, my name is Jimmy. I've been off the air for 5 months. We've been gone so long. We've been gone so long, The Bachelor is now a grandfather.
Hey. Stephen Colbert.
Welcome, one and all, in here, out there, all around the world to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert, and we, ladies and gentlemen, it feels good to be back. It feels good to be with all of you again here in the Ed Sullivan Theater, because after the first few months of the strike, Evie refused to keep chanting my name.
It's so funny because Kimmel made almost the exact same joke. Like their monologues were like very similar. It was
what you didn't hear is, because it was very visual, is each one of them also made a joke about how their studio is turned into, a tennis court, or somebody turned it into a Halloween costume store. Like everyone made a joke of what the studios were used for.
Yeah, it's so funny. They're all the same, those shows. They're all the same. Arnold Schwarzenegger was on. Who was he talking to? It was Jimmy Kimmel. And remember when Trump got indicted down in Florida and he had to go in and he said that he was 6'1", 215?
Yeah. Nah, bro.
Here's Schwarzenegger.
He listed his weight at 215 pounds. You are one of the foremost experts on the male physique, bodybuilding, etc. When you size him up, what would you guess that man weighs?
Oh, no.
I don't really know how much he weighs. I can tell you one thing. That if you would ask me what should you do for fitness, I would just say run around yourself 3 times. You're going to be in great shape.
Damn, Arnold. I'm going in.
So do you think it is possible that he weighs 215 pounds?
Yeah, as much as it is possible that there is no climate change. And as much as it is possible that we don't need to really reduce pollution and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, look, we all know that the way he is, and if it makes him feel good to, tell everyone he weighs 215, I think everyone laughs about it because he does not look like he weighs 215. I mean, it looks a little bit more like maybe 315 or something.
315, yeah.
Did you see, let me show you this photo, because Trump is in New York, trial, right?
Yeah.
And allegedly, his people placed an order for McDonald's during one of the breaks, right?
Stop it.
So paparazzi, of course, outside the courthouse, right? Outside of the building. And they see their security walking in with brown bags.
Oh, my God.
6.
That's a lot of McDonald's.
But we're not talking like the small, like handheld, like the small ones that you get like when you order like one combo or sometimes 2 combos will come in the bag.
That's a lot
We're
of
talking
bags.
like a shopping bag with handles, 6 of them.
There's so many brown shopping bags. That looks like a scene from the original Sex and the City. Like that is a lot. There's 3 guys carrying bags.
There's 6 bags in total.
Sounds like a good feast.
That is
like I know Trump, he's got like a big legal team and everything, all his peoples, whatever. But
hold on here. So let me read you this. This is from, I don't know where this is from, Daily Beast. Donald Trump reportedly called in a massive McDonald's order to court on Monday, with TMZ capturing staffers in dark suits carrying 6 large brown bags from McDonald's inside the New York courthouse where Trump is on trial. Trump's love of McDonald's is well documented, with the former president calling in an order of $5,500 worth of McDonald's.
Wow. Yo, man's off to eat.
5,000? That's remember when the Clemson football team was in there? Remember they won a championship and they came into the White House and they were all expecting like, oh my God, like we're gonna have lunch at the White House, and then they went in and there was $5,000 worth of McDonald's on a giant table inside the White House. Do you remember that?
You gotta love McDonald's, man.
His favorite meal is a Big Mac, filet of fish, fries, and a vanilla shake.
Ooh, filet of fish.
So gross. Oh no, those are so heavy.
A Big Mac and a filet of fish, bro. $3.15.
When you're 215, you can afford that, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Well. There we go. It's done for the Blue Jays this season.
Oh, is it? Darn. Nobody saw that coming.
No.
Hashtag take October, right? Right, everyone?
Take October off.
Yeah.
Oof, damn. It was ugly, too. Would they get 1 run in 2 games?
Uh-huh.
That's why you don't celebrate that early.
Thank you.
It's absurd. All baseball teams do that, though. Stop
doing it.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's great for morale.
It's not, though.
No,
it's not.
It throws you off.
It does.
And it's good for the city.
You haven't accomplished anything, though. That's the thing. Is that what have you accomplished? You squeaked into the playoffs after losing. It's just anyway. We're beyond that now. But that whole episode now just looks very silly.
Oh yeah.
So they're done. Here's the final game call.
That's it. Duran strikes out Varsho, and the Blue Jays season comes to an end. The Twins and their fans celebrate. They are on to Houston for the division series, their first series win in 21 years. And the Blue Jays season ends, but far sooner than anybody would have wanted, given the expectations coming into the year.
So here is Bo Bichette after the game. He was probably one of the most honest players as far as what needs to happen with the Jays moving forward.
Well, I'm not sure. We got beat up 2 years in a row in the playoffs, so I think there's a lot of reflection needed from players, but from the organization, from top to down. Everybody needs to reflect and see what we can do better, so I think that's the next step.
And what everybody's talking about is the early poll of Jose Barrios and how much of a mistake that was, but actually who made the call. Like, there's a lot of people right now saying everybody involved in that needs to sit in front of the press today and answer questions as far as who made that call. Because I was just listening to this clip. Can I play this off my computer? Because this is Buck Martinez sort of summing up the analytics department that teams rely so heavily on, and how, I mean, analytics are great, but they're there to assist you in decision making. They shouldn't make the decision for you. And pulling Jose Barrios, I don't know if anybody thinks that it was the right call given what he was doing on the field, or it was at least a tough call to make. But they seem pretty confident in it, and it cost them the game. So here's Buck Martinez.
Foul.
I want to make one final point about Barrios. The analytics might suggest it was the right move, and the results might not follow up. But as far as the psychological burden taken off the Twins, when he left, they're going, okay, he's out of the game. We couldn't do anything against him. He's gone. I don't care who they bring in next. The Twins feel better about it than having to deal with Jose Barrios.
And let me say this, and I'm sure you'll agree, nothing that you said or I said is a knock on Yusei Kikuchi. It's just a reflection of how well Jose Barrios was pitching. Right? Yeah. And again, as you said, obviously they felt analytically it was the move to make. And they is a big group. I don't know if we can say that enough.
It's not the dugout folks all by themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of people that have their fingerprints on this move.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You watched the game more.
Yeah, and there's something, and I don't understand this because I don't know much about sports, but something that happened with Vladdy Guerrero Jr. that some people are saying is the worst thing that ever happened in the franchise history.
Oh, what was
Which
it?
is?
Something called a picked off with 2 runners on.
Oh, yeah, when he was off way too far off second base, and then
some people are saying that was
the
the worst move in franchise history in the playoffs.
Well, yeah.
And there was also 2 times that the pitch clock ran out, and it was a really weird game.
Yeah,
I'll say this: like the pitching was good for the Jays for the most part. They couldn't hit.
Just can't hit. Yeah. They didn't lose because of pitching. Right. They lost because they scored 1 run in 2 games, right?
Look at us, guys. Like we're working on Sportsnet.
Right?
If you need analytics, Sportsnet. Looking for another show.
Can I try what I said,
Gotcha.
but sound more sportsy?
No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Joe Biden's German Shepherd has been removed from the White House after it emerged that it had bitten more people. The removal, this is the second time that the Bidens have had to rehome one of their German Shepherds due to aggressiveness. So Major was the first dog that they had to rehome.
I'm not trusting a dog named Major.
This one is called Commander, a 2-year-old German Shepherd. He's bitten people working in the executive residence along with White House staffers, and at least one person needed to be treated in the hospital. 2 sources told CNN that there had been, quote, far more bitings than the 12 officially reported by the Secret Service.
Wow.
There were far more than the 12 that were officially reported. Could you imagine going to work
and being scared like that every day?
That would add so much. We should do that here. I really think that some days when, people are in a funk, I really think that it would put some perspective into your life if we just let a vicious German Shepherd run around the office. Right? You know what I mean? Like you're dragging your ass one day.
Yeah, go do your thing.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Go ahead, Commando.
Yeah, you're on a deadline.
Yeah, you know what to do.
You know what to do.
I could just bring Andy in. He'll bite everyone.
No. We need a killer in here. We need
Bro,
a killer.
Your dog wears boots to go outside.
Yeah, no, it's not happening with Andy. No. We're bringing in something. That's what we're going to do. We're going to release the hounds. I think that's what we need to do some days.
Somebody get Biden a fish.
Yeah,
That's what they need.
I know.
Presidential fish.
Far more than the 12 reported.
And 12 is a lot.
And you dress nice, too, when you work at the White House, right? You wear good pants.
Yeah, you have to.
Right? Jesus, I couldn't imagine that.
Ruin my Banana Republic dress pants.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I don't know how Drew Barrymore became like the ultimate villain during this writer's strike, but she did.
What happened?
So Drew Barrymore had said that she was going to come back without writers, right? Because she has a whole other staff. There's a lot of people who work for that show that were missing out on earning a living because of the rest. So she was like, we're just going to come back. We're going to have no writers. We're just going to do the show. When the writer's strike is over, everybody can come back and everything's great. And then people just went in on her. Like they were picketing out her show and everything else. She apologized, did a huge apology a couple of days later, and then said, no, we're not going to bring the show back. So her 3 head writers on the show have now refused to return to the show.
Oh, in retaliation?
Yeah. So they all walked. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the producers are now scrambling to find new writers after Chelsea White, Christina Cannon, and Liz Coe all quit the show. All 3 of them have been there since season 1.
Wow.
Drew's new season starts October 16th. So she lost 3 head writers. But
It's in 11 days.
Because she only said she was coming back. She didn't even come back.
Yeah.
She only said she was coming back.
Was the intent?
Damn.
Was the intent?
That's a lot. Saturday Night Live returns on the 14th, and I know we discussed this earlier, but yes, Pete Davidson will be in to host because he was supposed to do he was all set to host, and then the writer's strike happened, so he never got to do it.
Yeah.
Ice Spice is the musical guest, and then on the 21st, Bad Bunny is going to be hosting and doing musical guests as well.
Amazing. WWE superstar Bad Bunny. I think he does other things on the side too, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Cops showed up at Britney's house because she was dancing with knives. So law enforcement sources tell TMZ that it was a welfare check made by a member of the LAPD SMART team, which is a group that handles mental evaluations. Cops made the decision to go to Britney's house because the person actually had some knowledge of Britney is the one that called because they don't respond to fan calls. So the person who called the police is actually somebody who knows Britney. There's a connection there. Britney's attorney then called the cops later that day asking about the visit, and deputies assured them that they only made the visit because it was somebody who intimately knew Britney and feared that there was some sort of care needed imminently. And then so Britney goes and posts a whole brand new video dancing with knives.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
No, Britney.
Yeah. Oh, slapping her ass with them and everything. Like she's in a little thong and she turns around and starts smacking her ass with the double knives.
Girl, what you
and
doing?
clinking it back and forth.
Did she cut herself already?
So, yeah, she had a long sleeve on this time, so you couldn't see the bandage. She goes, I know I spooked everyone with that last post. This is referring to the knives. But these are fake knives, she says, that my team rented from the hand prop shop in L.A. These are not real knives. She said that she was trying to emulate one of her heroes, which was the Shakira dance. She said no one needs to call the police. And then goes on to say that cheers to us bad girls who aren't afraid to push boundaries and take risks.
Come on. Them knives are making the cling cling noise.
I know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
60-year-old Dwayne Keefe D. Davis has been arrested for the 1996 murder of Tupac Shakur. His name was thrown around a couple months ago because I guess that's when they raided the guy's house. And a lot of people saw this coming, but it was kind of like a letdown in a way, in a weird way, because there wasn't like much to it, because with Tupac there was all the controversy or the conspiracy theories and everything else, right? And it turned out that it was exactly what it was, which is Tupac and Suge got in a fist fight in the hotel lobby, and then they got in the car, went home, changed their clothes, came back to the party, and the guys that they got in the fist fight with just shot him. Like, that's just all it was. Police describe Dwayne Keefe D. Davis as the guy who orchestrated the whole thing, although he didn't pull the trigger. He actually admitted in the past that he provided the gun that was used in the shooting. Like he self-snitched and then wrote in his book that it was some other guy, but that guy's dead.
His nephew.
Yeah.
Rolled on his nephew, on his own nephew.
So he's been charged with 1 count of murder with a deadly weapon with a sentencing enhancement for gang activity that could add up to 20 years. 20 additional years. He is 60 years old, and LAPD investigator are sort of managing expectations for this, because I think that when a lot of people heard this, they thought that this was going to be the sort of floodgates for a lot of other arrests that would follow. But the problem is that Dwayne Keefe D is the only guy involved who is still alive. Everybody else.
Suspicious.
Everybody else is dead.
I still think, I mean, I don't know, call me conspiracy theorist. I still think Suge Knight had something to do with it.
But Suge Knight was one of the guys beating the guy's ass.
Still.
I mean,
I have a feeling
right there in video.
I know. I still have a feeling.
Suge was in the car.
I know. I still have a feeling he had something to do with it.
That you think that Suge Knight set up for people to shoot up a car that he was driving?
Nope. I think Suge Knight set up to have Tupac killed. Because Tupac, the rumor is that he was going to leave Death Row Records.
Or it could just be gang stuff. Most you know what I mean?
Just leave me alone in my YouTube conspiracy theory videos, okay?
I know. But it's really looking like it was just gang stuff.
Gang.
Right, Shem?
I want nothing to do with this.
You
I'm
want
scared.
nothing?
No, I am scared.
And guess what?
Yeah,
I can talk all I want about Suge Knight because he's locked up behind bars.
That's true. Didn't he try and be like, I'm going deaf, I need G, like all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
He suddenly, he didn't Suge, like he went in on 2 legs and showed up in court a day later with a cane, like a walker.
I think he was in a wheelchair
A
also.
wheelchair,
Yeah.
Come on. You're supposed to be hard.
There was that's what she said. There was
wow.
Wasn't there like 2 weeks ago? There was somebody else. There was like another rapper in court, and he knew he was guilty, and he was going down. And then he came into the court like faking all sorts of
That's what everyone does when they go to court.
Yeah.
Is
He
that
was
what you
faking
do?
it, and they
Everybody
were
fakes
like,
it? Yeah.
Dude, come
I know,
on.
you
Everyone
can't.
gets wheeled in.
Yeah, guilty and get out.
I know. Suddenly, where's my wheelchair?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Paw Patrol, the mighty movie, was number 1 at the box office.
Hey, yes.
$23 million. Saw 2 or Saw whatever X.
10.
I guess it was. Yeah, Saw 10 came in at second. And that movie about the GameStop fiasco with those Reddit guys who bought it all up, movie called Dumb Money, flopped.
Who's in that? I don't even know.
Paul Dano, I think, is the guy who played.
I like him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like him too. $3.5 million.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm obsessed with this video of Anna Wintour completely snubbing Kim Kardashian.
What happened?
So it was the Victoria Beckham's show at Paris Fashion Week, and Kim showed up 47 minutes late.
Oh, disrespectful.
Meaning that they didn't start without Kim Kardashian.
Wait, was she part of the show? Or
She was just sitting there.
Just a guest.
Just a
And
guest.
they delayed the whole thing all because of her?
So you see video of the front row of this fashion show, right? There's an open space and where Kim's going to be sitting, and then it's Anna Wintour and then David Beckham.
Oh.
And Kim walks in.
Yeah.
She goes to walk to her seat and she greets David Beckham and he stands up and sort of gives her a hug. And Anna Wintour's sitting there with her arms crossed as Kim sits beside her and doesn't even make eye contact. And then all the cameras were following Kim. So Anna looks at the camera to get her picture taken. And then as soon as Kim sits down, Anna booked it because all the pictures after that, it went just Kim Kardashian and then David Beckham, and Anna Wintour was gone. So whether she went and found another seat somewhere or watched the show from somewhere else or whatever was going on.
You don't do that.
Pissed.
Yeah, they should have just started the show.
They usually do. In any fashion documentary I've seen, they'll start without you.
47 minutes late is what it was.
That's disrespectful.
And you know now, let's put it out here now, right? Like there is going to be on the Kardashian show some sort of storyline that, oh my God, it makes it impossible for Kim to go to the Met Gala this year.
Traffic.
Because we know that Anna Wintour 100% is in charge of that guest list.
Yeah.
And there is no way Kim's getting
Guess
an
who's
invite this
sitting in the back next year?
Damn, you got to watch the video, though. It's so good. The body language is so vicious.
She was livid.
Oh, my God. It's
love
awesome.
Anna Wintour.
It's awesome.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Beyonce made it official, dropping the trailer for her Renaissance World Tour concert film. She's doing one of these, too.
Yes.
Going to hit theaters on December 1st. Here's a little bit of that.
When I am performing, I am nothing but free. The goal for this tour was to create a place where everyone is free and no one is judged. Unique.
Stand by for prop lift down.
Dark brown, dark skin, light skin, beige. Start over, start fresh.
Damn.
Create the new. That's what the Renaissance is about.
Wow.
I know it's just scheduling and everything else, but it just sort of sucks that she's like a month and a half behind everything that Taylor did, you know, because I'm reading the stories today about how much Beyonce's tour brought to the U.S. economy and all those cities and everything else. But it's like all of that.
Like Taylor did it first?
Yeah, but it's just scheduling, right? Like it's not that one is better than the or anything like that. It's literally the way that everything was rolled out. Beyonce was as impactful. Her tour was giant, concert film, everything else. But all of these stories are like a month after Taylor did it first.
I know. And
Right?
Taylor's just having the most monstrous year of her entire career.
Yeah.
But looking forward to that. When does the...
December 1st in North America. Tickets start at, I think they're $22 for the Beyonce Renaissance World Tour concert film.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A parking spot in Whistler, BC just sold for $195,000.
What? $195,000?
A parking spot sold for
Where? Like in a building or like
So-
outside somewhere?
So spot 45, right underneath the Pan Pacific Hotel in Whistler Village, just sold for $195,000, the most expensive parking space ever sold in Whistler. The realtor who sold it, Shauna O'Callahan, said a parking spot like this comes up once a year if you're lucky. Having a spot right at the base of the lift is pretty hard to beat. She went on to say that if you think about it, $195 for a parking spot is pennies to these people because empty lots in Whistler go for $5 to $10 million, and people are buying those and then spending $50 million to build a home. By the way, the day rate to park at Whistler and one of the other lots is $14 a day. That would mean this person, if they rented out this spot, would take roughly 13,929 days or 38 years worth of day rate parking to pay off.
Investment though, eh?
Investments.
That's ridiculous.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
In the United States of America today, everyone's phone will get an alarm at 2:20 today, and it's a test for the emergency something that they haven't done, and I think like it was like either 12 or 15 years ago was the first time they did it, and the conspiracy theorists are out in full force with this and what exactly the emergency alert system and wireless emergency alerts are trying to accomplish. They'll hit your cell phones, your radio stations, and televisions all in the States. Some people are claiming that they're going to be leaving their phones at home because as soon as that alert happens, it is going to activate nanoparticles introduced into people's bodies because of the COVID vaccine. And that happens. When that happens, the government will be able to monitor people and control them like remote control toys. Here's tech expert Mark Brownlee explaining what the alert
Quick
is.
PSA. October 4th, everyone in the U.S.'s phone is going to ring really loudly at the same time, 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Just so you know. So the reason it's happening is because every 3 years, the government is required to test their integrated public alert warning system. We haven't needed it in a while, but it's just in case there's some massive emergency that the entire country needs to know about at the same time, like a meteor or something. They got to keep that tested. So at exactly 2:20 p.m. Eastern, everyone's phone in the U.S. that is on and that has cell service is going to start blaring and get a message. And it will say, "This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed." This is also going to play on TVs and radios that are on, so there's a pretty good chance it's going to be pretty loud in the U.S. tomorrow, pretty briefly. But just so you know, it's just a test. No need to panic. You might not have an alarm set on your phone for 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time, but your phone is going to ring anyway.
Do you remember in the 80s, during the Cold War and all that stuff, the emergency broadcast system? You don't remember this? Play. This used to come on televisions like all the time.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system.
You don't remember this?
This is only a test.
Bro, this sounds old as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And this would play for a full minute in the middle of a show.
Oh, God.
A full minute. And then at the end of this, the guy would come on and say this.
This is a test of the emergency broadcasting system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with federal, state, and local authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, the attention signal you've just heard would have been followed by official information, news, or instructions. This station serves the Northeast Illinois area. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system.
So I remember that clearly during the Cold War.
That sounds like something you would hear when watching an old-ass alien movie that was like black and white.
So that tech guy, Mark Brownlee, he can say whatever.
Marquez Brownlee, yeah.
So he can say, Marquez Brownlee, he can say whatever he wants. You know, it could be for a meteor or like a typhoon. We all know it's because of nukes, okay? We all know that. That is the reason for this. That was the reason for it in the 80s. It's the reason for it now. So I went through some of the conspiracy theories earlier.
Oh, about the government controlling us? Yeah.
Yes. But here is a fact. You can call it conspiracy, but it is a conspiracy fact.
Okay.
So today in the United States of America, they're going to be testing their emergency broadcast signal to wireless phones.
Yeah.
In case of emergency, they need to be able to let American citizens know what to do. Russia tested its emergency public warning system across their country yesterday.
Oh, damn. Coincidence.
Okay?
Yo, too late to close the border? Nobody traveled to the States today.
Okay. And by the way, if you look at a map, I know it might be confusing, but if it does happen, every single one of those rockets flies over Canada.
Oh, that's comforting.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I started watching that David Beckham documentary on Netflix.
How is it?
It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, because it's the whole sort of like his whole story, and they have such great footage, and they did a really good job. But the best part is that there's a lot of Victoria Beckham in it, and you don't really hear Victoria Beckham that much. You see a lot of Victoria Beckham, but you don't really hear Victoria Beckham.
But do you hear her in the doc?
Oh, she's all over the doc, right? Okay. And because of her sort of persona in the Spice Girls and everything else and the way she carried herself and she was posh and all this, like nobody realized until years later that Victoria Beckham is hysterical. Like she's funny, right? And there's one scene in the documentary where they talk about how they felt about each other right after they met. And then Victoria tries to play it off like one of the reasons they got along so well was because they came from working class backgrounds. And then so she's doing like her documentary style interview, like to the camera, everything else. And then David busts in the room and starts calling her out during So yeah, listen to this.
That first time that I speak to her, I just fancied her.
I just fancied him, and it was as simple as that. Yeah, I mean, I think also we both come from families that work really hard. Both of our parents work really hard. We're very working class.
Be honest.
I am being honest.
Oh no.
I am being
honest. What car did your dad drive you to school in?
So my dad did.
No, one answer.
My dad.
What car was it?
All right, it's not a simple answer because.
What did you get your dad to drive?
It depends.
No.
Okay, in the 80s, my dad had a Rolls Royce.
Working class. It's that tough life. Tough life.
Bro, it's really good. Like,
Is it?
yeah, because they're just incredible together, right? Like, it's really, and David Beckham's like, I just forgotten so much of that story. And it starts off on that first goal from the half field where it like went scooped super wide and then went in. And that was what made him super famous. And David Beckham was like, every time he got money, he spent it, right?
Yeah.
So he was getting incredible amounts of money. And he would get $50,000 on a Thursday, and he'd buy a car for $50,000 on a Friday. Like he spent every dollar that came in.
That's what money's for.
Auto deposit.
I know.
Auto deposit.
Isaiah Maury's like, hey,
you spend it.
Maury's like, I know that life.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A spike in Canadians no longer able to meet their financial demands means that Canada is now starting down what they're calling a national emergency. At least that's according to a new survey. The poll of 1,500 respondents saw a 20% year-over-year increase in those experiencing financial stress, with key drivers being interest rates, inflation, and the cost of living. Out of those, 63% report spending all their net pay each month, while 30% say that they spend more than they earn. 30% say that they are now in a position where they spend more than they earn per month.
It's ridiculous.
And that's not like Maury spending, right?
No,
That's
no,
not
like-
like pissing away your money.
This is necessities.
This is living.
I'm living.
You're doing something over there, more. That's a crazy spot to be in.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
John Woo is back. I don't think the guy's done a movie in like 20 years. He used to do some real great action movies. But he's back with a new movie called Silent Night, and it is a dialogue-free film. So Joel Kinnaman is a guy who's seeking revenge because I guess his son got killed by some gang members. And then he winds up in the movie getting shot in the neck, and then he survives, but he's unable to speak. And then so the whole movie, there's no dialogue whatsoever. Nobody talks in the movie.
Even the bad guys?
Even the bad guys. I watched the movie like this the other day, an alien movie that just dropped. I don't even know what it was on, like Disney or something like that, maybe? It was called No One Will Save You. It was an alien movie. It's brand new. No dialogue for the entire movie.
Was it good, though?
It's fun. I enjoyed it. The ending was like, whoa.
Spoiler alert. Okay.
Well, I didn't spoil anything. Case, I shouldn't say this. I don't like when there's like a sci-fi movie or a horror movie where I really enjoy it, and then right as soon as it finishes, I got to get my phone and go, what does the ending of No One Will Save You mean?
Oh, I do that with all the Marvel movies.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay.
Easter eggs, spoilers.
I'm just like, I don't know what it meant. I don't know what they were trying
Ending
to say.
explained.
But I watched the whole movie, no dialogue. Like literally no dialogue.
I don't know if I'd be into
And
that.
the main character spends so much of the movie like alone, but she doesn't even like talk to herself in any way. Like, and when there's aliens around, she's never like, oh my God. Like there's no words.
Yeah?
There's no words. But I'm saying she takes the bus, she goes to town, she does all this stuff.
And there's other people around?
There's other people around.
Not even a hello?
Zero words
Not
in
even,
the movie.
Y'all see them aliens?
Zero
Like, hey,
words.
here's what I'm doing. What
Bro.
are you doing to prepare?
Bro, zero words
Wasn't
in
the
the movie.
Emily Blunt movie like that?
No, because but that was
there's dialogue.
There was a
in that.
Leonardo DiCaprio movie that was like that.
That was all silent like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that?
I can't remember the name now, but didn't he win his Oscar for that one?
No, there was talking in that one. You
There
mean the
was?
one where we got eaten by a bear?
Yeah, I thought it was all silent.
Maybe you fell asleep.
Honestly, yeah, probably. I don't know. I thought that's why he won it. It was like all okay. I think I'm thinking of something else. Anyways,
don't
move
know.
on. Sorry.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Liberal MP Greg Fergus was announced yesterday and voted on as the new Speaker of the House of Commons. I don't know if you saw the video, but there's like a tradition where
It looks so bad.
where the Prime Minister and the head of the opposition drag the new Speaker to his throne, I guess it is. So it was Trudeau and Polyev dragging Greg Fergus, who's black, by the way, through the House of Commons. And I get that it's a stupid tradition.
And everybody's in on it.
Everybody's in on it, but it just looks so wild.
Without
man.
context, without knowing the history, without knowing that this is something that happens.
And especially because, like, and listen, Greg Fergus, this is a big thing. This job comes with like a condo and a driver, and like it's a big job in Ottawa, right? And he is so into the tradition, Greg Fergus, that he doesn't just sort of like laugh it off. Like he does like a fake struggle, right? When they're dragging him up there arm in arm, like doing the fake struggle. Like it just
our struggle has been real.
I'm not saying the struggle's not real. I'm just saying that what a stupid tradition.
So dumb.
What a dumb tradition. What a dumb looking tradition too.
It really is.
Right? And you know what? I've never seen it done before. I've never seen it covered anywhere.
Like
that's so true.
Like let him walk up solo, right?
Yeah.
And everyone cheer and clap. Congrats.
Thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jacob Tremblay turned 17 years old today.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Jacob
Happy birthday to
Tremblay.
our guy, Jacob Tremblay.
Love that kid.
Yeah. Travis Kelce is 34. Kate Winslet is 48. The great Mario Lemieux is 58.
Hey. Yeah.
Maria dropped in the group chat yesterday a picture of her dog. Was it Romeo? Romeo? Man, that dog ain't want to wear that hat.
He loved it.
Nah.
He kept
She
it
put a
on.
picture in the group chat of the dog sitting at the kitchen table with a hat and a fancy vest.
Yeah, is he
No,
wearing a
it was
vest or a
his-
shirt?
It was a birthday pajama.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
just a little big on him.
Wearing pajamas and a birthday hat in front of, what did you make him?
I made him an ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the response to that?
He loved it. He ate it in like 2 seconds. I had to slow him down.
Here's a picture of Maria and Romeo
Yeah.
blowing the candle out together.
Right, because he doesn't know how to do that yet,
No,
right?
he tried to
Okay,
lick
yeah.
the fire, so I had to blow it over
Yeah,
again.
that's a
And
great
also-
album title. Lick
also-
the fire.
Romeo got a bath on his second birthday as
Oh
well.
man,
Right
don't
before
post that. That's so
Look how cute he
rude. No,
looks.
did you ask permission? Did you get consent?
He's my son. It's fine.
He got a bath.
Isn't he cute, my little fur child?
And what is it? This bandana. So here's another photo.
Okay, yeah.
Of rope. This is the second outfit change. It looks like. How many shirts you put this dog in yesterday?
Oh, I have a whole wardrobe for him.
Dogs don't want to wear that
And
stuff.
with what is this?
It was a birthday bandana, but he's
a
too
bandana
small. It's
that
too
says
big for
birthday
him.
boy. But he's already in the next outfit.
Anyway. Jesus. Oh, happy birthday,
He turned
Romeo.
2.
Okay.
Thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
They say couples who meet on dating apps are less happy in their marriages.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Maria, how did you and Louis meet again?
On a dating app?
Yeah. So researchers from
Hinge?
Arizona State University say the new study less happy in their marriage. 1,000 couples were in this study. Half met online or on dating apps. Half were introduced offline. They didn't release any sort of specific numbers as far as why or how many are unhappy, but they did give some reasons why they may be more unhappy than couples who met in a sort of more conventional way. One of the reasons couples who met online are more likely to have to overcome lingering stigmas from family and friends about online dating apps.
Still now?
Do those still exist? Stigmas?
I don't think so.
No, I think stigmas for online dating apps, and correct me if I'm wrong, Maury, but stigmas for online dating apps only exist when people are using online dating apps who are already currently in a relationship.
Yeah, that seems accurate.
Right. Yes. that's the stigma. They say that couples who met online are also more likely to have to deal with being more remote because sometimes you meet somebody online and you don't actually live in the same cities together.
Right.
Another reason they say is
Because you got to remember what name you use.
Oh my God. How many names do you use, Maury? How many fake names you got?
They say there's also, I'd say I'm going to save your ass right now, more. You shove in there. They say there's also the nature of online dating, which comes with a lot more options, which can lead to people becoming overwhelmed or just getting lost in messaging and stats and not actually focusing on chemistry together. So you don't build the sort of conventional relationship where you would get chemistry and find out if you get along. It's all texting. And then when you finally meet, you're like, well, I guess we're a couple, but can you talk the same way you did through text? It's very difficult, right?
See, Matthew and I didn't meet on an app. That's why it's working.
Is that why?
You
Yeah.
sleep on the couch again last night?
I did.
You did.
Day what of how many this week?
5.
Oh my God.
It's just Thursday.
Raise your hand. It's Thursday.
So
one nap included. Raise your hand right now, okay, in the studio.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if your relationship is currently only alive because of all the stuff your partner doesn't know. Maury.
Be honest.
Maury.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.